Hello and welcome back to Transport Fever 2. We're sat at a very quiet main line just to the north, I think, yes, of Prince's Risborough. As I say that, 2 trains are on their way, 1 of 3, look at that. I spoke too soon, it's almost like I timed it. I wish I could say I did, but no, I didn't. That's lovely, isn't it? We've got the commuter going under us, we've got the freight train in front of us, and we've got the express that is being blocked completely by our freight train, which is just taking fish backwards and forwards now. We still have a few things to tidy up, as we had some issues, didn't we? Previously, the food processing, the meat processing place behind us at Prince's Risborough stopped talking to the food processing plant at Aylsham. So the main reason that probably happened for us is when we were swapping over the line, we went to a different line completely that was supplying food, which would possibly cause it to reset and start taking new orders, as there was a complete nothingness for a brief millisecond. But that's enough, isn't it? That's an interruption. And it had to recalculate what it was going to get. Alright, UI's up. We've unlocked a boat. Boats are something we haven't done yet. We're going to have to find a purpose for boats. We just don't have them. I mean, I'm all about the trains. Let's face it. Which is why we don't have a truck doing this little run here. Which would possibly make a lot of sense. I do agree. We could have had a truck here. But at the same time, I wanted this shenanigans going on. Yeah, I like this. I mean, it's too easy, isn't it? That's the way I see it. It would be ideal, though, if you were going to do this and want to cut down this little section. A truck run from the coffee place to drop off at the platform would be a good idea. However, you do then have to make sure you're not overfilling with one or the other, because we'll have issues. More than what we've got now. So having 2 separate platforms is fine. It allows us a little breathing room to balance the line, which is what we should do first. We need to figure out what line rate do we need for this. The best place to look at it would be here, because it has the suppliers and the consumers. And the suppliers will be both our meat and our coffee. So it's looking like 360 roughly as a line rate. That's how much they want to ship to us. Once we get the fish run up to speed, we've got to meet, what was it, 600 for that, which will give us 300 meat, which I believe is what it will cap out at for us, unless of course we bring in cows or more fish. So we just need to deal with this, which would be 600 fish. Then this is going to cap out at 300. Then our coffees are ready to level up already, which isn't surprising. But that also is going to cap out at 600, I believe. So it'll be 600, 600, so 1200 total, 600 from both of these, meaning that will be our maximum line rate that we need to achieve, unless we decide that we wish to supply our meat processing plant or indeed our coffee refinery with some extra goodies from another source. Might do that. I don't think it'll be required. Our map might fall apart before then, and by fall apart I mean, let's just take a quick look at the stats, shall we? Headquarters, no, that's not what you want. Charts, towns. Our map population is about to hit 30,000, and that's 30,000 actual little people. Now you add together all of the goodies that are running around the map, all the product, all the industry and commerce items, and everything that you need to make those items. And that's a lot of individual AI things going on. We're okay at the moment. It's a bit stuttery in places, but it's not going to be long before my PC can't handle it. But anyway, moving on. Let's aim for 600. I think 600 is going to be where we need to sit. What we got currently, we're only at 270, which is half of what we need, isn't it? that needs to settle down. I say the best thing we can do for now is just double up on this train, especially since it's down there. So we're going to manage that vehicle, and we're going to duplicate you. There we go, we got that bit done. Now let's take a look at the fish. How are we doing on the fish? On the fish we are at, where are you? Fishy, fishy, fish. Oh, this is going to have to increase, isn't it? Our trucks. And we're not far off with the fish. Need a few more wagons on there and probably a bit more space on the quick pause it. Our train just got here. Yeah, we're probably going to need a few more wagons and at least an extra platform. How many do we store here at the moment? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that's 200. Each platform holds 40 products. Oh, that reminds me, guys, I've been, I would say, reliably informed that the new patch, I haven't spoke about the patch yet, we are going to go and visit it once it's available on a new map. But yes, the new patch is supposed to have increased capacity buildings. At least the option to have them installed as a mod. I'm not sure on the details, but that is something worth exploring. Yeah, something to look forward to there. That would be great, wouldn't it? To have big warehouses and loading stuff. I did see the devs mention that trains that are longer than a platform will suffer a penalty, a loading penalty, which is good. If you're tight on space, it might be worth the penalty, depending on how severe it is. Anyway, shall we extend this then? Because we've got 280 at the moment, and we need to match whatever this train is going to be. So I'm going to increase it by at least a single platform. Oh, we're in 1980, aren't we? Yeah, we've got new passenger platforms. I should really install the mod that allows us to build the old platforms. Otherwise, we've got to rebuild everything, which is not something I'm keen on doing. Yeah, so I might install that. Anyway, so we hold 260 at the moment, which would have been fine. I think we're up to, what are we up to now? 200, 240, 280, 320. So if we stick that up close to 320. A managed vehicle. I'm going to stick at least a couple more on it. It'll be a bit easier to deal with once we've got... is it the grey I've gone with? Yeah. Once we've got the new wagons unlocked. I don't know when they unlock, but they do 99 mile an hour. We should also have locos capable of pulling that later on. We've got this at the moment, the Series 1042. This is just a little overkill to have that. Although it would certainly pull it, that's for sure, with 10,000 brake horsepower and 70,000 tractive effort. This is beefy enough. We might stick this on the end just to speed things. In fact, shall we? Yeah, do you know what? We'll stick that on the end white. I forgot to change the colour, but that works. But we'll do it once we've turned round. There we go, we modified it. We'll wait for you to flip so that when we're pulling a full load, we're pulling with the 1024? No, it's the 10 something, 1042. I called it 1024 before, didn't I? What are you? 1042, there we go. Right, so you're going to load up and we'll get a rough idea of what the new line rate's going to be. 500? That's not even close, is it? We'll stick that on the back there, 7 million for the loco. Now when we get to the other station, we flip round. Also, I don't think we need to get onto the main line at all, do we? Thinking about it. I know we've got access onto the main line, which I don't mind. But I'm going to remove this one-way signal because we can just run backwards and forwards, couldn't we? On this part. We don't need to cross over at all. No. What does that do for us? Yeah, there we go. We can just stay separate. It can be a shunting line between the fishery over there and then our meat processing. I like that better. Yeah, we had no real reason to get on there. I'll still leave our two-way signal here. Should we wish to, we can get onto the main line. That does solve the issue about this being too close, although I think what I'd like to do with this is set it up so that it is a possibility to get across. onto the... It would be the slow line, wouldn't it? I'm going to move these back and slower. We're going to take that back there. And we'll have it more of an access track if we ever want to do any depot maneuvering. So we'll have that at 60 and then we'll go across again at 60. That should be good for us there. That should be one way. There we go. Lovely. And then we'll need a protecting signal for that whenever it's used. I guess just there would do, wouldn't it? There we go. Just there would be lovely. Doesn't matter if it's close. Now, at this point, we're going to be quite busy. I'm going to stick a few more signals in here. I want to keep our trains moving. We're going to increase the blocking. Probably one in the tunnel as well. We might also add us a clearing signal just here. If we have a freight train waiting here, I'd like the passenger to follow it as soon as possible. It's going to be close to this crossing, but I'll take it. And we've got one just here as well, but that's fine. That's fine. We just want to get things moving as soon as possible. It might block access this way, but we shouldn't get any deadlock situations, he says. I'm hoping anyway. I'm going to put a few more blocking signals in here to keep our trains moving when they are following each other. And again, I think we're going to have a clearing signal right there to make sure that any following trains shove up and get behind the other one, as it will be accelerating in both instances, whether it's our freight train or our passenger train. And so by the time it gets to this signal, the back end of either our freight train or our passenger train should have passed this one, and then it's just a case of them following down to where they branch off again. So there we go. We're going to see how that works. We've increased the throughput. Let's hit play of this. We've increased the throughput of this now. The line rates should be much better. This will take a little while to settle in. We won't interact now with the main line. So we've just got like a little shunting service going along here that does its own thing. And there goes, yeah, that's lovely to see, isn't it? We've got a nice mixture of coffee and meat. What eventually will happen is we'll figure out what the exactly half and half would be at the line rate that we're currently running. And since we've got two trains, it should be perfect. And then we'll separate the two. But our coffee currently is going to be running behind, although there it is, lovely. Our meat. Our meat's already up to speed. And yes, we should start dealing with this now, shouldn't we? What do we need there? Let's take a look. Princess Risborough. Suppliers. We need at least 125 for now. What do we actually require? It's going to be 344, so I'm going to go above 125. I'm going to... Should we just double that? There we go. We've got our trucks coming out. Are you bringing food back? I don't know which run you're doing first. You're going to go straight to... Well, you're going to stop here, oddly. Is that right? Yeah. You're stopping at this. Well, that's fine. It should be a short stop, and then you'll move on and pick up quite a few coffee beans already. Yeah, that's been upgraded. We've only got 75 on there. We do need to increase the line rate here. We've got to meet 300, and then we can double that train, is the plan there. 300's going to be... Ooh. Could we go for something similar on here? I'm going to stick a couple more on the back, and we're going to have these at default colour, as they're the colour of coffee in the game. 1, 2. Let's add a couple more on there, see what that does for us. I don't really mind about losing some goodies. That says 291 now. I don't know whether we'll need another wagon on the rear, but we'll see how that goes. We might need to monitor the switch situation. I think you'll be clear though, right? You've got quite a bit of backing room there. Yeah, we could have that quite long. And that will be different, won't it? In the new patch, as we'll be paying for that. That extra long train. I mean, that would lean towards us having more trains, which is, ooh, that's a tough one. That would suggest having more direct, dedicated lines, which I don't like. It's not very realistic, is it? Although we're about to experience what we can do to minimise traffic, especially up this end, with the passenger service, which we might need to address. That's going to have a few problems if we increase the capacity of these. Let's just check, shall we? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 managed line, and we've got 6 stops. So they're 1 train per stop. We could always add another train before we lengthen them. If we do lengthen them, we're going to have to lengthen these stations if we want to not have the passenger wagons hanging off the end there. It's also easy to have a knee-jerk decision, isn't it? And have too many trains on there at the end. How are we doing down here anyway? It's very quiet. The stops seem okay, apart from over here. Yeah, this is busy, isn't it? This one. That's heading to the station. So, managed vehicles. I'm definitely going to add one more. Yeah, we're going to add one more. And since we're here, we'll spruce them up the quick way. We could do it via maintenance, but this is much easier. And that should... what are we doing at Aylsham? 206... Well, I was going to say 269. That's not right. 2,700 nearly. That's impressive. That's a big city, isn't it? That's probably our biggest city. Maybe? I don't know. There's one way to check, isn't there? We can go into our cities layer and we can get them all on the screen at once. And if we sort by... Oh, they don't actually have population, do they? We could do size. Twickenham. Oh, yes, Twickenham is our biggest. We've got a couple here with poor noise pollution. With time, we can sort that out. Oh, dear. And we've got a similar situation going here. That's very full. So we'll not manage line. We'll manage the vehicles on here as well. And we'll get another one going. And why not? Let's do the same. Give them brand new trams. We'll just say that we brought them all in for maintenance in one sweep. And why don't we just do those as well? And then that's them dealt with for a little while. At the very least. There we go. All nice and clean. And there we go. We've got a couple more trams on there. We'll just do it a bit at a time. It's nice to see it busy though, isn't it? It's nice to see Aylsham so big. They've got kind of a green area going on near our tram stop there. That's interesting. I like it. I love how it kind of builds up in the middle. And then they get lower and lower, the tower blocks, as they get out into the suburbs on the outskirts of Aylsham there. That's really nice. But what's going on here? We've got some building going on. It's a commercial building going up. How are we doing on deliveries at Aylsham? Are we delivering via truck? We are, aren't we? From the food place. Food processing place. How much food do you need? Nearly 700. Good night. That's a lot of food. And there it is, 700. And how much of that are we getting? Well, we're not going to get 700. We're getting around 200. Is that dropping again? Oh, do you know what it might be, guys? We're getting, like, a rework of this, aren't we? Suppliers. Yeah, as this settles in. Because we're going to be getting fluctuations between our meat supply and our coffee supply. Until that is that we catch up and meet the line rate. It's all about this at the moment. I would love to get this all sorted. It would be lovely. What have we got line rate wise on our trucks? Because we've got to make sure that we're only... Really? Only 224? I think we're going to at least need to hit 300, aren't we? Suppliers, 184. Oh, okay. Although, no, hang on, that's fluctuating. It's saying 184. But, yeah, there was some buildings going up and down. And it was commerce. We might get more deliveries required at Risborough. Yeah, that's going to change quite a bit, isn't it? Of course it's going to drop because it's now got competition with Risborough. But I wouldn't mind at least covering all of our food out here. So we'll do something similar with a multi-drop system. It should be fine. I think this is industry all round here. We need buildings. We'll get this. Look at all that bread. It's brilliant. Our truck stop is up there. So I guess we should see where we actually cover. We'll keep that up and pinned. And we'll get this one. We're not quite reaching down here. So we should maybe move this one up and down to one of these back streets perhaps. We might even need like triple dropping for this. Perhaps we'll have that one up there. What we can do is we can keep these selected, can't we, and pinned. They're not part of a line yet. And then we can just keep adding stops in until it's all coloured in. Now we're going to be heading back, aren't we? And we don't really want to be going into the tram line anywhere or onto the tram line. This bit over here is going to be an issue. They're so big. It's brilliant. We could have a separate run heading out that way, of course. It'll be tricky to balance as you don't know where the orders are going to go. I would rather have them just do a multi-drop system and possibly avoid the trams. I think we can almost do it. If we head like, there's the main road. We don't want to be stopping on the main road. We don't want to go too far off. So if we go somewhere like that, I think that will get us all of that side and gets us off the... It doesn't matter that we go down, oh dear, we've got a TGV. That's changed things. We have to try a TGV round there. Although the power isn't that great in Transport Fever. And of course, it's a multiple unit, so we'll be paying extra for that. Do we want to head round this way? I think we do. We want to be kind of coming back here, don't we? We need that other one selected though, that one as well. So we just need to colour in this little bit down here, and then I think we're good. So if we have this as our last drop and then head back into the depot, I think that would be good, wouldn't it? I think that covers about everywhere. We are missing a couple down here, but I mean, to be fair, we're not going to reach them all anyway. I mean, as in, we're not going to supply enough. That should be good enough. Yeah, we get off the tram line here, which is important. We miss the stops if we go that way, and then we head up that way. We could even drop here as well as an extra stop. Do you know? Why not? So what we'll do is we'll manage this line. It's a multi-drop system. And up at Aylsham, is that what we're called? All right. But maybe we'll change that to Aylsham Food Processing. This, we've got to get to the passengers yet, Grand. Hurry up. Then we'll add this as an extra stop, which is nice. We run down here. I know we do go and get stuck here. Perhaps we can put a waypoint in. No, because then we'll get stuck there anyway. There's no way of avoiding that other than ploughing through there. I think this will do. We only get stopped there. For a brief moment, I'm hoping. It'll be lovely if we could change what lane they go in. I think that is a thing that's coming in the patch as well. So they'll run down the middle. They almost do it, don't they? They almost do this perfectly. Then after North Street, we can head up there and up there. It's going to increase the length of the line. There's no stop here, so that doesn't matter. But that should that should cover all our bases. And we'll change that to be food. And we'll change that to be food as well. And then we'll change that to be food. And then we'll go and check on some of our passenger stuff. Make sure all that's being done. Right. What's that done for our orders? Oh, we're definitely not keeping up. Look at that. Our platforms are getting flooded. And our line rate's going to have dropped, isn't it? Because we're stopping multiple times. 289. In fact, our line rate got better. There's all sorts of issues going on. I'm going to at least duplicate one of them. There we go. We'll get a new truck on there. That takes us up to 330. That'll do. I'd rather have them sat here for now. That would be lovely. Right, this is upgrading. All right, that's turned around, hasn't it? There we go. Now, shipment is saying 620. Surely not. Consumers, 37. Oh, might be actually. Yeah, there we go. It is indeed. Oh, we don't need a line rate of 600 or whatever it was, though. We just need the line rate for what we're supplying it. Possibly, yes, because they're consumers. It's the total, isn't it? Brisbane is only 241, although that is going up. It's saying we are now shipping 380 to Aylsham. That's impressive. Glad we got the line rate up. We're at 330. That's a bit of a fluke if I did manage to get that. Well, 307. We might need another one on there. This is going to be much nicer once we've got bigger trucks, bigger capacity trucks. They're going to do a really nice multi-drop system. I don't know whether this was enough on the tram front. I might put another one on there. What are the frequencies? We've got 59 and 62. We've got 8 trams on there. And how many stops do we have on these? They should be similar, shouldn't they? Manage line. We've got 12 stops. Well, yes, we can definitely afford to put more trams on there. And how many we got on there? We've got 14. 14 on the 2. Really? Well, okay. So, manage vehicle. I'm going to add 1 on there. And then manage vehicles on these. I'm going to add 2 on there as we've got more stops. And that's balanced up our frequencies a little bit. There we go. Now, if these were 2 loops, that would be a little bit easier, wouldn't it? But I've purposely made this a little convoluted. Just so they're all dancing here. There we go. Our people are walking through the doors. We fixed that, didn't we, in an earlier episode? That's lovely. Looks a bit busy at the moment, but that's because we've just brought out new trams. We might need to increase the capacity on this, or possibly increase the amount of trucks on it. Yeah, we are losing a bit of line rate there. That's fine though, as long as they're moving. I mean, it's going to be a bit busy. We're going to add a couple more on there. We need to get that up to, that'll do. That'll do for now. Nice and frequent too. Should we leave this for a little bit? We'll let this settle in, and we'll go and take a look at Lee's passenger issues. And do they have passenger issues, or is it just busy? No, we have an absolute horde on the platform there. We're probably short on trams anyway, because this is a monster line. We're nowhere near, I don't think, 1 per stop, which is what I like to do. What is the frequency? We need to get that down to about 50 anyway. That's what we're running with. So what we'll do is take a look at how many stops there are. There are a whole 25. Goodness me. And vehicles, we have 12. So half. We need to renew them anyway. I'm going to add 4 on. There we go. 5 apparently. So we've got 17. That'll do. Close enough. And no, we're not doing the maintenance. I think we'll just replace them, right? Yeah, this is the quickest thing. There we go. Get them all on very good, and then we can leave that. Right, see what that does. We can always set up, especially on that side is quiet, a little shuttle service to operate between these two, because I have a feeling they're waiting for our trams to go down to the next station and vice versa, back up here. as the busy side up here is heading that way, and the busy side down here is heading this way. So that is more than likely... What have you done to my roads? That is more than likely what's happening. Don't like that. Don't know what you're doing there at all. Let's pause that and fix your roads. That was not the prettiest, was it? Right, lock that. Don't build on any of those. Well, I mean, you could... I guess technically you can build on there. Just don't try and join in. Well, there we go. We got an excuse for an official episode. Isn't that lovely? I've enjoyed today. There's something about tweaking all the routes. We've got a queue of new vehicles there that I enjoy. We've got a lot of buildings going on there. I don't like you building there, really. We might put a fence down there and prevent that. I like this one at the top, though. That's lovely. Yeah, that one can stay. I tell you what, we'll let this play and then we'll figure out what's going on there. How are we doing on our trains here? They have 7 wagons on. That's 140 capacity. We do have the new passenger wagon, don't we? I believe that does maximum speed as well. So we could stick a new loco, or at least the carriages, on our local trains that are running alongside the express as well. I like this situation. We might be able to get away with another train on here, however. We have 8 on there currently. And how many stops do we have? We have 10 stops, right? None of those are waypoints. Yeah, we have 10 stops, so we could go with another couple of trains, I think. So we'll manage that. We'll get 2 more on there, 2 selected. There we go. We'll go with 10 on there because I feel like, not chicken tonight, but I feel like this might be a bit backed up. Yes, we have a lot of people sort of short stopping to the next station along, which is fine. And we can address that with more capacity and or possibly a little local service that services anything that sees to the needs of any of the busier stations, because this is ridiculously busy and it is heading towards Lee. In fact, we can take a quick look. Where are most people going? If we hover over, yeah, they're mostly going to Upper Lee, and they could be getting connecting trains from Lee or actually going to Lee itself. So there's a few options for them there. We've got a similar situation over here, do we? Yeah, Romsey. A lot of people going to Lee, which is a major interchange, isn't it, for our network? So yeah, we may need another route sorted, and we could also use this setup, or we can share this line. If we share our existing line, we can always put a lot more blocking. In fact, I would like a bit of blocking between some of the lengthier routes anyway. We do have some there. That one's okay. Or is it? No, that's quite long, isn't it? Yeah, let's get another pair of signals down here at the very least. Does anybody else enjoy this side of things? The tweaking once you've got your networks up and then increasing capacity, matching demand. For me, I love it. Yeah, we're going to need one here, aren't we? I'm going to put one down here near the bridge, or in the middle of the bridge and the tunnel. Is that in the middle? Might as well go in the middle. There we go. We'll put another one there and there. A bit more blocking, and we could do with another one here as well. They should keep themselves spaced out, I'm hoping. I don't know what depot they're coming out of. I would imagine they're coming out and up round there. Did one go out the other way, or is that it waiting? It's waiting there. I think they're both going to go that way. There we go. He's just gone. It's going to space this one out, although it's just pulled up. It's lovely to see these busy, though. I don't know if we're making much money. There we go. There's the answer to that. Nice and profitable. How are we doing? This is very busy, but it's also like many platforms that are being serviced. We do have Mitcheldean to Risborough is quite busy. We've got a backlog of people wanting to go to Lee. Lee's very, very busy. It's the destination to go, isn't it? Apparently. Well, I mean, it is kind of a cornerstone, isn't it, or a central hub for our entire network. That you can go north, east, south, west via here. It's brilliant. I love it. I love it. This could be... Actually, yes. This could be a case of reacting too soon. Because what did we recently do that could have affected this line back here? We put loads and loads of trains that kept coming through and kept holding up this train. Do you know, should we just renew the... No, I'll tell you what. We've got money in the bank. I'll do this. There we go. Don't let me forget. We're going to stick those on maximum maintenance and get them all tidied up. We don't need to change to the newer wagons yet, I don't think. We'll need faster locos. Because these are the same as our fastest loco, unless you put the big beast on. But we've got the HST running down there, so yes. So we've increased our capacity. We've still got this line to go. This isn't finished. It currently, this one here, it currently ends at Loughton. But what it's actually going to do is continue up over to Biggleswade. And I've been thinking about Biggleswade. We could have this curve a little bit wider and have another platform here, just as an excuse to send a track up and over the fast line. I believe on the Midlands map we had a station similar to that. It pulls into a platform, but then it goes up and then over the top. Yeah, do you know what? We'll do that. That's what's going to happen there. I think we need to increase the capacity apparently down here as well. No, it's just busy. It's pleasantly busy. You see all these little yellow peoples icons and you instantly feel like it's super busy. And then you get down there and it's just pleasant. It's pleasantly busy. What we like here, yeah. 8:25, that's nice, isn't it? How are we doing over this way? We're doing good. Trains are just picking people up. It does take a little while for things to settle down. And how are we doing over here? Okay so far. No doubt we're going to have to address this situation. This is looking... Oh dear. Oh no, look at all that. It's because we've got a really long bus line. We might need to figure something out here. Where's everybody going? All over the place. That's nice to see. But there's 58 going to Albert Road. Where is Albert Road on our stop? Down here. And there's a lot of people at Albert Road. Are they all going to the station up at Twickenham? Oh, do you know what they're doing then? Let's just watch. Yes! They use it. I didn't know there's a little path there. This is brilliant. They're all going and using this as an interchange at this stop, which was the plan. But it's more popular than I thought it would be. Oh, we're in someone's house. So that's not ideal, is it? No, we need that a bit busier. Anyway, we don't have nearly enough vehicles on here for a start. I feel like we get a little shuttle then going and doing a little mini loop round here. And we have the long bus route do the counterclockwise version or the clockwise version of whatever we set up. So if we set up a clockwise shuttle that just does this, and is quite frequent, and then the long route does the anti-clockwise part of it and then heads off down that way, that should address that. So then we'll do that next time out. We'll let everything settle down. Are we not keeping up on tools? I would like to address that if that is the case. We're a 456 rate and we're not meeting that. What do you want now? Suppliers 617. Goodness me, are we really producing that much? We are. Oh, 617, that's a lot. We need new trucks, don't we? I'm going to put another 3 on there. It's not going to be near enough, is it? But at this rate, it might be worth running a train into Twickenham. Goodness me. Would still need to do some drops, but yeah, that is silly busy. Wasn't I going to increase the amount of buses on here as well before we left? Managed vehicles, we've got only 8 on there. That's not nearly enough. Managed vehicle, we'll increase that to 12. There we go. They're all coming out of here at the moment. Yeah. Luckily, they're going straight up here to pick up these tools. That's good, though. That means our whole steel run is running beautifully. Here comes our train. How much money do you make us out of interest? Lots and lots. Yeah, we're making quite a bit now, aren't we? Well over 100 million a year. And we're reaching 3 billion in the bank. We've increased the capacity of that. We definitely should get us a little shuttle service running that. And likewise, we might need to do the same back over at Lee. I don't even think that the extra trams we put on here are going to cut it. Have we got it down to 50 seconds? 53, yeah, that's about where we want it, isn't it? Oh, I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Give it time to settle down. If not, let me know in the comments. Would you like to see a little service running backwards and forwards down here? And we'll merge with our existing services, although it is just kind of doing its thing, isn't it? We might call it 0 as well. Service 0. We'll have a little 0 on the front. And it'll be the Twickenham shuttle. Yeah, there's a few ideas for you. How's our trains? We've added a couple more on here. It's definitely improved Lee's main or upper station. It's going to take a little while to catch up with all this. They're going to be absolutely rammed as well. We've also got to make sure that we're not running too empty down here up to Sandhurst, which is still quite busy, but pleasantly so. Ooh, you're still busy here. That's just getting busier and busier, isn't it? Do you know what then? Let's give us another tram on there. Ooh, and replace them. I saw they were disgusting. There we go. Oh, you can double click it now, can't you? Yeah, there we go. Lovely. So there's another... Did I put one on? I think I did, yeah. We've got 47-second frequency. I think we just need another service to lighten the load. We'll double check on that as well. We can go faster, I think, now. Let's go back up to normal speed and we'll start unlocking some of the newer vehicles. That's going to help out our capacity no end, and we'll finish with a little bit of official episode and go and jump on something. Alright guys, we're on board. Can you guess what we're on board? We're facing one of our loop trains that are doing the Luggashall local loop. And you can see how people are swapping over. Some of them are going onto that one that we're facing, and then an absolute horde are coming towards us. That's probably what it is, right? We've got an abundance of new people from the other side of the river who now want to jump on board. And in fact, we're leaving. Well, we may need to rework the stations, and I've left that out on purpose today, as I'm going to install the mod that means that we don't lose the platform designs from the previous eras, as it looks a bit messy when you put the white ones in, the all fancy ones, and some of our stations are really involved, and there's a lot going on around them, and I don't want to have to bulldoze stuff. It's just unnecessary. So we're going to activate that mod, and that way we can increase the capacity or the length of our platforms and have longer trains running. We're also going to need to work out some better switching, or distance-wise anyway, from the platform's edge. Otherwise, we're going to have lots of broken lines. And I'd rather not do that, as that's a break in the connection as well, isn't it? Right, guys, I'll leave you on board. I don't know where we're going. Where are we going? Lee! Yes, we're heading to Lee on the main line with the main line loop is right next to us, isn't it? To the left. I don't have L&R written on my wellies. No. Alright guys, thank you for watching. And until next time, take care.